So let's look at very special quadratic polynomials that have three monomials to them. Those are actually called trinomials because we have 3 pieces to them. And factoring these things is tricky. There's no getting around it. This is sort of serious stuff. But practice here is the key to figuring out how to factor these things. The more you practice, the better you're going to get. Think about your teacher or look at someone that has already gone through this math course and they can factor these things really fast. They're not any brighter than you. It's just that they've been doing it a lot longer. If you get up to speed, you'll be doing it faster than even them. That's true. So let's take a look at these. And the question is, how do we factor x squared plus 9x plus 20? Let's first of all try the simplest thing we can. Is there a greatest common factor different from 1 from all of these? Well, the coefficients are 1, 9, 20. Can't factor anything out but 1. I've got x times x. I've got x, but no x is here. I can't even factor out an x. Grouping, the thing that we loved from our last lesson, doesn't really help here. So it turns out we need some new idea. Sometimes the best thing to do is just try things. Sometimes it's better just to guess something and check and see if it's right or not. And so actually the guess and check method is not a bad idea. Let's try to guess and check what a factorization of this might look like. And the key thing here is to see that there's going to be, behind the scenes, a systematic way of guessing and checking. All right. So I want to factor this into 2 factors. And I'm going to have a term here and a term here. I'm going to have to FOIL in order to get the actual answer. So that means that this times this should probably equal x squared. So I probably am going to want an x here and an x here. The question is, what should I put in the other spots? Well, let's see. I've got to put some numbers in here. This times this number has to equal this final number, which is 20. So what that tells me is that I want the 2 numbers here to have the property that their product is 20. Well, the easiest one I can think of is 1 and 20. Does that work? Well, let's try to check. So let's sort of FOIL this out. X times x, x squared. Outside terms, 20x. Inside terms, 1x. When I add them up, I get 21x. Uh-oh, that's not 9x. But 1 times 20 is 20. So this is the wrong answer for the middle term. So that was a bad start. But you know what? This is all part of the process. You've got to make these attempts. Let's try it again with a different factorization of 20. So how about now we try 2 and 10. 2 times 10 is 20. What happens when we FOIL? First times first, x squared. Outside terms, 10x. Inside terms, 2x. That gives me 12x. Closer than 21x, but still not 9x. But 2 times 10 is 20, so that part was good. So close, and yet so far. Try it again. How about now we try 4 and 5. Notice I'm just thinking of different factorizations of this number 20. X times x, x squared. Outside term, 5x. Inside term, 4x. 5x plus 4x is 9x. Cha-ching! 4 times 5 is 20. I have just factored this correctly just by guessing and checking. Well, we want to try to systematize this approach, but really the bottom line is guessing and checking is going to be the key to unraveling the trinomial.